My name is Ann Cleeves and I'm a crime writer and the author of the Vera books. And Vera is set in Northumberland, which is where I live, and it's the most beautiful county in England. It's bleak and wild, and Vera grew out of these hills. The Vera character appeared in a book called The Crow Trap, the first Vera book, and it wasn't going to have a detective in it. It's about a third of the way through, because I don't plot, I got really stuck. And Raymond Chandler said, if you're stuck with a plot, have a guy burst through a door with a gun. I don't do guns, but I thought it would be quite interesting to just have a door fly open and see who came through. I was writing a funeral scene, so in the chapel, the door bursts open and in came Vera Stanhope, and that's how she came about. The series that I started didn't begin being very successful. The first book sold very, very few books. And I suppose it was the television that helped push Vera into the limelight. And that was a lovely chance, because somebody went into an Oxfam shop looking for a book to take on holiday. The person who picked up The Crow Trap in the Oxfam shop in North London was a woman called Elaine Collins, who was books executive for ITV Studios. And they were looking for a show to take over from Frost on a Sunday night. They were wanting a series character who was a woman, an older woman, and that's how Vera came to be on the television.
Hello, I'm Brenda Blethyn, and I'm going to read a short extract from Ann Cleeves' The Darkest Evening. It was dark and freezing, and Vera was starting to panic. Halfway home, she'd known the journey was a mistake. She should have listened to the team and spent the night in Kimmerston, waiting for the storm to blow over. But she'd thought she knew better. She'd mocked her colleagues for their anxiety, told them that extreme weather was unusual this early in the winter, even in rural Northumberland. And when was the weather forecast ever accurate?
I'm very happy with the adaptation, the TV series. You know, somebody says that a double Oscar-nominated actress is going to play a character that you've created, I think everybody would be overjoyed. And Brenda has turned Vera into her own. We've become very good friends, and I think we think of her as our Vera now that she's created. I don't write the books thinking that they might be adapted for television. I write very much for myself as a reader. Sometimes when I'm writing dialogue, I can hear Brenda's voice in my head when I'm writing the words. And I think, oh, I do hope the scriptwriter keeps that in, because I'm going to love hearing Brenda say that.
And now she was close to it, Vera could see that the car was unharmed. She was about to return to the Land Rover and continue her drive when she heard a noise, a cry. She shone her torch into the back of the car and saw a toddler strapped into a seat.
Vera, I think, grew out of the formidable spinsters that I knew when I was growing up. I was born not that long after the war, and there were women who were middle-aged who'd either lost sweethearts during the war or who had decided that they would rather be single than 1950s housewives because they'd been allowed roles and responsibilities that they might not otherwise have been given. She was a one-off character, and I thought she would just appear in one book, but then I did fall in love with her and brought her back, and I'm still bringing her back, and here she is again in The Darkest Evening.